Lovelies, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, I know this is slightly weird because I'm not wearing any makeup right now, but that is because today I am testing out a base product, and I figured we'd put it on together and get more like real-time thoughts as we go. Maybe. We'll see. You know I can't talk and do at the same time. But anyway, today I am actually playing with the Made by Mitchell Build Liquid Foundation. Can you tell it's made by Mitchell? Now I actually picked this up because I only kind of half liked the Truth Tint, but that was just down to the natural radiance of the formula. That's just not my thing personally. So I am assuming that this is more of a matte base, because otherwise it would just be the same as the Truth Tint, right? Right? I mean, it doesn't actually say anywhere in the product description. Just says that it'll create a smooth and even base, long-lasting coverage, range of shades to match any skin tone. And I will say to Mitchell, this contains 48 shades. 48. And when I say 48, I don't mean 40 shades of beige with 8 shades of colour. I am talking 12 shades per, like, depth. So 12 for light, 12 for medium, 12 for dark, 12 for deep. Now that's the kind of shade range and inclusivity that I want from my makeup brands. Because as a makeup artist, it is kind of difficult to find good products for deeper skin tones. And I am really glad that the makeup world, or parts of the makeup world, are finally starting to wake up and realise that people need these shades. And it is not right, and it is completely not inclusive, exclusive, in fact, that is the word, to not create those products. So yes, thank you Made by Mitchell for that. Anyway, so like I say, we're going to put it on together, see how it goes. One thing I will do though is, because I know a lot of y'all like the clean girl aesthetic, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do half my face with how I would usually do my makeup, fully matte, fully beat, you know, the usual. On this side, I am going to try and use more cream products for more of a natural, dewy makeup. Can't promise nothing, but I will try. So basically a lot more Made by Mitchell on this side, because that's just what we do with the curve case and everything like that. So, enough of me rambling. Let's put some makeup on, shall we? Okay, so just really quickly before I get started, this is what it looks like. Now, one thing I don't like about it is the doe foot applicator. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's big, but I actually prefer pumps, just for hygiene and cleanliness reasons. So at this point, I am, in fact, a little bit worried about the shade. Oh, we won't do that. Now, I got the shade LB4, and I basically got this shade because on the product listings online, no matter where you buy it, you know, the shop on the Clock app or from the Made by Mitchell website, there is no description for the product shades, which is super annoying. Yeah, so when I actually got the Truth Tint, I actually bought the shade TT3 because online it said it was light with neutral undertones, and I thought, okay, that works for me. And it is a great shade match. So I figured that, you know, I'd get something similar to that, which I thought I was doing when I got LB4. But that is two completely different shades. Like, Mitchell, what are you doing to me? Like, please, I beg of you, please. Can you please just put a breakdown of what each number is? Because this is not my shade, and I have no problem with that. We all make mistakes. But at the very least with this one, I knew I was buying one with neutral undertones, which makes it more my colour. There's no information online about what each of these shades are. So please can you fix that, Mitchell, because I would like to find my shade. Thank you. Right, anyway, enough of the PSA crap. Let's put on some makeup. Yeah, this is not my colour, but we are going to try it. We're going to try it, okay? Let's just hope. I know. Okay. It's getting worse. I suppose the only bonus to this is come Halloween, I have a really pale foundation for some of those projects. Yeah, that's all I've got. Okay, we need more. Okay, I know what I said about hygiene, but don't apply your foundation this way, ladies and gentlemen. It's not good. Okay. Shall we have a look up close for the minute? I need to be completely honest when I say this. So far, this is not a great look. And that's not even down to the shade matching right now. Just texturally, it's not great. So let me put on the rest of this base. Like I said, this side will be my usual high glam. I'm already ready to go. This side will be whatever this side turns out to be at this moment in time. But yeah, so far, not great. Okay, so full base is all done. You want to see a close-up? Yeah. So obviously this is the full matte, full base, usual stick. And this side is the more natural, radiant stuff. Honestly, the texture's not great. It's not sitting on the skin that nicely. It almost started clumping / almost breaking apart as soon as you put it on the skin. Which is slightly annoying because it went on really nicely, it blended in really nicely, or it seemed to blend in really nicely. Now all of a sudden it's highlighting most of my skin texture, which isn't ideal. Not ideal at all. I mean, you can kind of even see it from here, what it's doing to my skin. I do admit this side looks better. It looks better once it's powdered. Hardly surprising. But yeah, I guess that's not something you want from your foundation. I also don't know how well the foundation itself has held up under the curve case. Weirdly enough, they don't look like they've worked well together in person, which is, I guess, strange in some ways and not strange in others. Strange in the fact that they are the same brand, and you probably would have thought that Mitchell, being the person that he is, would have made a foundation that went well with the curve case. And now, by that same margin, I also hear you screaming at me that the curve case is more suited for the Truth Tint, and I hear y'all on that. So, does it surprise me? No, it doesn't, because I have kind of always expected a lot of matte foundations to behave like this with the curve case. Did I expect it from Mitchell's foundation? No. Weirdly though, it seems to have settled in okay on my forehead, particularly on this side. Don't know what I did to deserve that, but thank you. That does seem to be the best looking part of my face in the middle of this test. It might just be that there's no skin texture there. I haven't quite figured that out. But yeah, so far I'm not that impressed. It is pigmented, yes. Doesn't really seem to work well on my skin for the time being. Not sure how well it's going to work with cream based products. I mean, it was fine with the contour on this side. But I have to admit that the contour did seem to take a little bit longer to blend in than it usually would. Don't know why that is. Maybe because I didn't chuck on a whole load of foundation, because it's far too pale for me. I mean, she is giving Ghost. But yeah. What time is it now? It's 4:15. We're flying today. Yeah, I don't know how much more good I can say about this foundation right now. So I am going to leave it there for the time being. And I will check back in with you in probably about 6 hours-ish, see how it's gotten along, see if it looks any better, see if I can adequately put into words my feelings about this so far. Because so far I'm not really digging it. So yeah, 4:15, we'll check in soon. So what is in a few seconds for you will be in a bit for me. Hey guys, so it is now 20 to 11. You got a close up? Yeah. So remember, natural radiant side, full glam side. I actually think on this side, things are looking better now than they did earlier. Weird. I know that makeup doesn't usually work like that. But yeah, it really did seem after I put on the powder and then all of the rest of the makeup, this side kind of almost sorted itself out a little bit. It still didn't look that great on a close-up. But I don't know, just for some reason, just over the day, it kind of seems to have melted into the skin a little bit more. Like, I mean, this side just looks absolutely horrible. It does not look good on set. This is not a tint in any way, shape or form. Make sure you set this with powder. Works so much better. But yeah, it's remained fairly lightweight. It is still on. Even this side is still on, which is kind of a bit amazing. I can definitely confirm that this side definitely lifted with using the curve case. So maybe doesn't work that well with very creamy products, because let's face it, the curve case is very creamy, very much for natural makeup. So yeah, not a good foundation to use with that, I have to admit. But in terms of going like full 2016 makeup, we'll call it, it doesn't do a bad job. I mean, it hasn't really started creasing in the areas. I do see a lot of breakdown on the nose. Like, I don't know if you could see. But I will be 100% honest, that kind of started almost as soon as I put it on. So, it is, make of that what you will. But yeah, for the most part, it's held up pretty nicely. I'm not going to judge this side at all, because like I say, definitely works better when set with powder. So, this side it is. It's held up really quite nicely. I still see the other products that I put on there. Minimal creasing on the forehead. The eyebrow hasn't lasted, but you know, that's my fault. I had a nap. And the makeup survived it. So another good point there. It's giving lightweight, it's giving coverage. It is actually buildable, because I did have to wax some more around the chin area when I first applied it. And And that in and of itself hasn't affected the makeup in any way. It's not looked patchy as a consistency. Like for colour. It is very pigmented. Like I say, there was just that issue when I first put it on of it, like it almost looking to separate on the skin and highlighting skin texture. But with powder, that is lessened quite a lot. And that also lessens over time as well, which is a first for me. But yeah, it's lightweight, it's breathable. You can semi-use it with other products. It's still on after 6 hours, so can't really say much there. It's relatively easy to apply. Blends kind of nicely, even if it does look semi-dodgy at first. So difficult is that because I know I did not like kind of the look of it when I first put it on, and now when I look at it, it's I have a completely different train of thought, which is it's baffling me more than anything, to be honest, because like I say, I've never known a foundation get better after 6 hours of wear on the skin. Usually the opposite, starts off looking great, turns crappy with time. Yeah. So well done, Mitchell, for that one. Like I say, my only real complaint is the difficulty in selecting the correct shade. That's it. You literally just have a loose category of light, medium, deep and dark, or dark and deep, and a range of numbers for each of those like subcategories. Beyond that, though, there's no description for what each of the shades are. If I'd have been able to see that, I would have clearly known that this is several shades too light for me. And you can't even go on the truth tint either, which is kind of what I tried to do. And that just did not work. So yeah, please, if you take anything away from this review, Mitchell, please take that away. Please put some descriptions on the shades of your foundation, because I would actually like to buy more, I think, and I'd certainly like to try my shade, because it feels nice. It doesn't feel dry on the skin. Like I say, it did look a bit dodgy to begin with, but that's worked itself out. But yeah. Before I repeat myself all over again, I think that's all I've got left to say. So a mixed bag, really. It is everything that it says in its product description, a slight issue upon application, and like I say, the biggest issue is in the shade selection. But I guess now that Made by Mitchell is in places like Boots, you can shop in person, which always helps. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to go now. Aside from, be sure to follow us across other social medias. It is the same name. And I hope you join me for the next one, and I will see you soon. Bye.